Hello everyone and welcome to the IGTL Japanese Grand Prix made as a tribute to the 1988 F1 Japanese Grand Prix, obviously, here at
Yes,
Suzuka.
yes. Welcome everybody to this latest IGTL race. This is going to be awesome, Sky Pikmin. This is really exciting. I love Suzuka personally, so just even being at this track makes me like tingly, I guess. I wish I was racing, honestly, but I'm not good in Formula One cars.
Yeah, I really like this track. I remember driving it on a World Tour event. I didn't do very well because obviously when you're against the best of the world, it's hard, but yeah. And here we have a little intro video with some of the famous corners of the track.
Yes, that's right. That is our fearless leader, Florent Pazande. He's actually on the broadcast or the production team, rather, the organizers. We're reconstructing this Senna versus Prost moment. Technically, I think they both won championships in this car, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they were pretty successful with that McLaren. So here you can see the horsepowers and weight of the car. Obviously, this race will use racing hard tires, and maybe not sure if they will have to use rain tires.
We'll see.
Would make for a very interesting race and change of strategy.
It absolutely would. I know we're definitely expecting some random weather in this race. We just don't know when it'll hit or how hard. But I think I told you personally, I want to see rain.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be very funny to see how these cars will do with the rain conditions. No traction control. So yeah, let's get through the starting grid. As you can see, Ralph in 10th, Angelo returning in 9th, Martin Swiderek in 8th, Padrome in 7th, Joshua Strick in P6, Florent Pagande Romas in P5, Guy Barbara in P4, Miu Miu in P3. These guys went through Q2. Mehdi Hafidi in P2 and Antonio in first. And we had also Tijni in P11, and unfortunately Carl will not be able to race today as he had an issue. And we are on the starting grid, and I guess the race will start pretty soon.
It will. I think that was the safety car taking off there. That's driven by Alex Tonini, also on the organizer team. Also a very fast racer himself. Alex is.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are all top class Gran Turismo drivers, so we can expect the best from them. We will obviously have to pay attention to the start, because no traction control, standing start. Could be a bit spicy.
Could be. It looks a little gloomy. The track temperature might be a little cold. I wonder if we have that data. They are about to take off now.
Oh, some of them have taken a very good start, but P2,
Yes.
ooh, yeah, that's a slow one. Some guys already on the grass trying to make some early overtakes. Oh,
Ooh,
contact.
I see some contact already in turn one here. Nobody fully off the track yet, though, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it
Hopefully,
looks like no one is completely out of the race, but few contacts and few change of position. Miu Miu takes the lead, and Twitchy Guy Barbara takes second from the start. And I guess we'll have to wait for a few laps to see things calm down and have a fixed order.
that's right. See how everything shakes out. Right now, the drivers are, of course, jostling for positions early in the race, but they also have to manage the fact that they are on cold tires and very lightweight cars, and so they can't just do what they want.
Yeah, and these are hard tires, so can be really easy to oversteer on throttle, I guess, with this car, because the
That's right.
turbo is massive, and when it kicks in, yeah, basically you're a passenger if you start to oversteer in this.
Most definitely. Oh, and we
Ooh.
have a car off in Spoon. I couldn't tell who that was. That's the old, it's a Shell livery. Who is in the Shell car?
I guess some people getting caught by the fact that tires are still cold, and yeah, they also have to manage the tires. I mean, even if they are hard tires, we've been told one stop would be probably the fastest strategy. Two stops is possible, but you probably have to have a decent margin as far as pace goes to make it work. But again, if rain starts to pour down, everything will be changed and drivers will have to adapt.
That's right. Rain is a great equalizer. They'll have to change off of the worn tires anyway, so I'm sure some people are hoping for rain and maybe even counting on it. Maybe some people aren't managing the tires.
Yeah, it's possible that a few of them are hoping that rain will come, and it will be at this moment that we will know if they have practiced under rain conditions, because I guess this car is very, very hard even with the full wet tires.
Oh, you will need it. I mean, we saw even just in the first lap, people coming out of the hairpin, twitching, that rear end very twitchy, as you mentioned. This is a turbo Formula One car, and so that turbo probably comes in pretty late, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, when you try to drive this car the first time, it's a bit unusual to get through the first corner you take without spinning, I guess, because you're not used at all to the massive turbo that kicks in when you go full throttle.
That's right. That's right. An amazing car, though, brilliantly storied vehicle, and we've got a couple of people already starting to break away from the rest of the pack here. Um, we currently don't have gaps, but I don't see that anyone is too far away
Yeah,
from anyone.
I think anyone is still pretty close. For now, I mean, Slipstream kinda probably helps some of them keeping with everyone else, but
That's right.
looks like there are two groups, like this group of four behind. Oh,
Oh,
someone spun, I think.
yes, off
Yeah,
in the Casio in the triangle. I couldn't tell who that
yeah,
was.
yeah. There are two cars that had an incident. I think the stewards will review that and decide if there will be a penalty or not.
Yes.
So yeah, it's only lap two, guys. So just keep it clean for now and battle it out later, I guess.
That's right. We have 51 laps around here. We're only on the third lap. By the way, Hafidi taking the fastest lap so far in the car, but of course, I think the tires are still warming up on these things, probably. And of
Yeah.
course, the car will only get lighter with fuel,
hmm
so we should expect that to change as well.
And yeah, he's probably still in slipstream, so that helped, I guess. We will probably see
Certainly.
fastest laps after fastest laps. I mean, for them, this kind of lap time is not really fast, as the times we saw in qualifying were more in the 40s. So I guess even if the settings are not the same, this fastest lap will probably soon be taken away by someone else.
I expect so too. You know, I did not get to experience qualifying. Did you get to watch any of it?
I saw a few of the replays, and let's say it was pretty close.
Yeah. Can you speak more about the qualifying format? I think it was shared with
They,
us.
yeah, there was a 12 car session first, and the first four then got into Q2, so to decide for the top four positions on the grid, and we had Florent Pagande in P5 after Q1. So for someone that doesn't race that much anymore, he did pretty well, I guess.
He certainly did, yeah. And Q2 was a shootout, yes, between P to figure out P1 through 4, yes.
Yeah, and the times were a bit different as the times that we had in Q1, but still pretty close between each other. So that's why I think we will have a pretty good race.
Agreed. I mean, this is a grid of superstars, old and new, from both IGTL and the actual Gran Turismo world. What are they called? World events.
The World Series, yep,
Thank you. World Series.
GTWS.
You're a former champion yourself. How many have you won?
I I won the FIA GTC in 2018, so
Yeah.
it was the first one. Pretty old now, but yeah, that's still something I'm proud of. And I
You
think we
should
had
be.
an incident for the leader, as I saw Mew Mew was P1 and now he's P5. So I
Yes.
think he ran off somewhere. So yep, people have to be careful in this. I guess it's very easy to run off track and maybe trying to rejoin a bit early and has a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it looks like luckily here that he's picked up Slipstream. He's right back in there. I believe that was Mew Mew that we were on board with there. Um, in the he is with the what is that team? Why can't I think of anything anymore? Suddenly, I've lost all of my words, Sky.
Mew Mew is in the
Minardi.
Minardi team. Yep.
I was like, not minute. Minute is a different word.
Yeah, I mean, as far as teams go, we can see that a few of them have both of their drivers in the first half of the pack, while some others are a bit more spread out, like P1 and P10, P2, P4, P3, P5. I mean,
That's right.
it's like no team seems to completely dominate the field at the moment, so it's pretty good for the
Well,
entertainment.
perhaps Williams, both of their drivers in the top five, Williams and Minardi, like you said. Um, Benetton sitting way down at the bottom, both in 13th and 14th place. I hope they're working together to try to make that better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have to remember that Carl will stay in P14 for the whole race, as he's not he cannot
Ah,
take
right.
part, unfortunately. But yeah, let's hope that his teammate can climb up a few spots to make the team to get the team a bit of some points to compensate for that.
Yeah, some recognition.
And and Tijni sitting in P12. I mean, watching his stream at the moment is 7 seconds of P11, so he will have some work to climb back.
That's
And
right. He's got some work to
let's hope
do.
for him. Let's hope for him that he can come back to have a decent race with at least a few of these guys.
That's right. Wow, very close racing from turn one into the S's here. These guys are sticking to each other like glue, which, I mean, these are ground effects cars, right? So dirty air has to be a thing here at Suzuka, yes?
I mean, with cars that have that much of downforce, yeah, it's probably a bit hard to follow. But I mean, these guys are very strong. Ooh, three wide,
Ooh,
don't go
wow.
into there. And yeah, someone got. Yep, someone lost a few positions in that.
I would expect. However, that said, I was going to say that typically in IGTL events they use weak slipstream as far as the slipstream setting, so dirty air shouldn't be egregious.
Yeah,
If it's an issue at all.
yeah. I mean, it makes the car easier to follow, so the racing is better. And I mean, with these cars, I guess it's better
Yes,
not to have too much dirty air.
absolutely. We've got a move being made into Spoon here. Is that Tijani? No.
No, TG is still
Yeah.
back. So that's Jomas then
Ah, then yes, in
on
the other
the
Ferrari.
yeah.
Fearless leader Jomas in 8th place, taking 9th away from shooting that Lotus there. Looking good, Jomas. We love to see it. By the way, he designed all of these liveries. I wish I knew all of the 1988 liveries better, but I will say that these seem to be very faithful reproductions of all of the cars that ran in the 1988 Japanese Grand Prix, and he did all of them.
Yeah, I mean you can identify them pretty easily, so I guess he did a good work. And yeah, it looks like he has a bit more. Either he has a bit less race pace than what he had in qualifying for now, but I guess it's a matter of getting used to it. Long time not racing, same as with Angelo Shoot, so
That's right.
they will probably figure this out while driving one in front of the other, and maybe near the end of the race we could see them come back and climb up a few spots.
We'll see. Absolutely. And ooh, almost often was that Degner, the second Degner? No, I don't know where that was, but Jamas almost losing it there. Yeah, that must have been Degner, but he's got it back together now.
Yeah, probably trying to find the limits of the car with that much fuel and the tires. For now, I guess not being really worn, but it will probably start to kick in around lap 25 to 30, I guess, the tire wear.
Okay.
Um, but we will see if the rain comes earlier, or maybe it will come right after someone takes his pit stop, and the strategy will be changed, and this guy will not have a great time for the end of the race. But we can only wait and see for that.
We can only hope. For now, no rain. We can see the sun definitely coming out. The weather will be very random and will progress quickly. But right now, all we have is track warming up, which might increase tire wear. You might see some people perhaps try to slow down to hold those tires together. As we know, some people will be trying a one stop or even a no stopper.
hmm We have a new fastest lap by Mosso in P3, down in the 42s now. So I guess the drivers are starting to get used to the track conditions and to following each other. So it's
Right.
now, yeah, looks like the race settled a bit down, and it's a bit of a strategy time now. They are probably thinking at what they will do later in the race,
Yes.
obviously while trying to maintain a very good pace. So
Do you think that these guys have like a race engineer in their ear, like another team member in a voice chat somewhere, telling them what's
um,
going on?
I would guess that the drivers are in probably voice chat between teammates in the race, as we have a very good
Almost.
battle there. Yeah,
Yeah, going into 130R, no pass though.
for
He tried.
battle for P4, I think it is. So yeah, pretty good battle there. But yeah, I think probably teammates are in voice together, or maybe they decide to race on their own. And I mean, if both are in a voice chat, they can help each other with the strategy calls. I mean, if rain starts, do we pit? Do we stay out? Maybe sometimes as you race, I mean, after if the rain comes late, I mean, after 40 45 laps, maybe you cannot like judge things in the right way and take a bad decision. Maybe it's better to have someone else to help decide that at that moment. So yeah, we'll
Eh,
see if the strategy calls are the right ones, if they have to make some.
We have someone off in Degner there. It was a light blue car. I couldn't tell who it was. Leighton
Oh,
House.
yeah. Yeah, it was P1. It was Barbara.
It was Barbara. I
Uh,
thought so.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's now down to P9. Looks like the leader is cursed in that race, because we
Ah, yes.
already had two leading cars going off and losing a lot of positions.
We did. We did. Man, so that you don't want to be in the front apparently until the very last
Yeah,
lap.
let's see what will happen to Antonio now. I mean, let's hope for him that he doesn't crash, but he looks like he has already a lot of things to think about with P2 right behind him. So
Right
yeah,
there.
now the battle for P1 is really close.
Masso closing in slipstream there. I think he might be too far to make a move. Oh, maybe not. He's really picking up speed on him. He will back off into turn one. But yeah, Antonio with a lot to think about in P1. It's not a free P1 like you would like. Open air, yes, but there's someone right underneath his rear wing. But wow, what a race already.
Yeah, and P3, Hafidi getting a new fastest lap. So yeah, I guess we are far from knowing who will finish on the podium of this.
That's right. Hafidi in a battle of his own. He's got two cars behind him, Miu Miu and Padrome. Both, all three right there for P3, though he's got a little bit of a gap on those two, but it's
Yeah.
kind of accordioning.
Yep. And we can see up to P7, people really close still. We have Florent Pagande still probably like only 10 seconds, I would say, even less of the leader. So, yep, very close race still.
Love it. To your point about being in radio chat with the team, I will say that I don't race with people of nearly this caliber, but every time I have a special race that's like endurance style or anything, Alex Tonini is my is my engineer. I always volunteer him. I say, Alex, I have a race on this date. See you for practice.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty nice to have people to chat with during a race. I
It
know
is.
when I do long races, I prefer to talk to people during the race. It helps. Sometimes, yeah, people don't like to talk. Some other people like to. I mean, to each their own taste in regards to that. But I like to have people to talk with. I mean, even if we are not talking about the racing all the time, but yeah, it helps staying relaxed and yeah, then you race and you're with your friends.
That's right. Did I just see an overtake? Yes, we did in turn one. That was Masso over Antonio for the P1 there. I thought so. I was like, that's a Minardi car. I couldn't tell who it was they were battling, but incredible battle down the front straight and a brave move into turn one to get that position for Masso.
And the fact that these two are still battling will probably help the other guys. Because obviously when you battle you lose a bit of time, so yeah, maybe they need to figure something out, following each other for a bit and opening up a gap before attacking each other, but
We'll
we'll
see.
see.
We'll see. Or, for the entertainment of the broadcasters and the people, perhaps we'll get a seven-way battle for first place. Who knows?
Yep, could be very fun, as Tijni picked up a few seconds on P11, is now 5 seconds away, was 7 before, so guess he's starting to come back. Let's hope for him that he continues to get some time back.
Yes, Padrome loses several positions, made a huge mistake into Spoon. He loses out to Sweeter Egg Pajande. He loses two positions there. He was right behind Mew Mew.
Yeah,
So,
and now he's right behind his teammate, right in front of his teammate. Oh,
oh, a touch between teammates. Oh, into turn one.
yep. Yeah,
Ah,
I guess not being used to. Yeah, I think it's the two Lotus teammates.
yes,
They probably not used to driving in the slipstream, and yep, little
perhaps not.
mistake. I mean, it didn't really cost a lot to the car in front, so that's not too bad. But now shoots in a battle with the two cars behind him.
That's right. And maybe Padrone taking some time to recover from his earlier mistake. It can be hard to get
Hmm.
yourself mentally back in the game after making a mistake somewhere
Yep.
like that. But it just brings the field further and closer together. I mean, here we are with another battle, like you said. Shoot, now battling with Barbara Struick, not too far behind these two rather. It's making for the race to be very interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
we have different, I would say, battle packs. Like the first 5 cars are close together, then P7 to 9 are close together. So yep, makes for a pretty interesting race, no matter where you are on the track. And oh, we have a
a
move.
move.
Yeah, Angelo probably saw that coming and decided to stay clean and
Yeah,
safe from
I
that.
saw him. Yeah, gave plenty of space for it, which I advise into 130R. I mean, it's fun to battle into it, but the cost can be so high if any of you get it wrong.
Yeah, but I think with these cars, it's a very fast corner, and you have to I don't think you have to lift in that, to be honest. So it's just a matter of which line will you take.
Yeah. Well, the safe line taken. Is there full damage in this race?
I'm not really sure about that as for damage, but for now I think no one got any damage in the in the in the race that couldn't be repaired. Yeah, it's light
Light damage.
mechanical damage, so
Yes.
all good for the drivers. Maybe some of them got some like front or back
I would
damage at the
imagine so.
start because we saw a few contacts. So maybe this happened and could explain the fact that a few cars are a bit further behind. But yeah.
We did. The Lotuses have been split, by the way. Barbara and has gotten in between the two. So Shoot not only getting into it with his teammate a lap, maybe lap and a half ago, but loses a position ultimately because of it.
Yeah, now he's under attack from Strick in the McLaren,
That's right. Well, they're all in
and
the McLaren.
yeah, but I mean
in the, in the
the
shell.
livery, the
It is this
McLaren
classic
livery,
livery.
yeah,
Yes.
and it looks like he's a bit faster at the moment, but we will have to see.
We will. Was this McLaren the first carbon fiber Formula One car, or was that a different McLaren?
I think it's one of the first ones. Is it the very first one? I'm not really sure.
Ah, my Formula One car knowledge is minimal. But I'm gonna look it up. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and update on Tijni. He's now 4 seconds behind P11, so he's closing the gap. Let's hope that we will see if you will see him a bit on the broadcast when he starts to battle for P11 a bit later on in the race.
It was the MP4 one.
Okay, so it's not the first one, this one, but
No.
close to.
A descendant. Yes, very close descendant. Starting to see
And
some
yeah,
real separation between some of
yeah,
these cars.
was gonna say we are seeing a few cars kinda driving alone on the track. But yep, for now, lap 14, people are starting to settle in their race pace, and I think in at the front it's still pretty close between each other. Yep, as we can see,
Yes, it is.
these cars are still pretty close. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's nearly a three-way battle for P1.
Wow.
Let's keep it safe for now, I guess. And
And run away. Yeah.
yeah, we will probably have a few moves done later in the race. Maybe some of them think they can be faster than that, and we'll try to get P1 and run away with it. But we'll see how it goes in the next few laps.
We'll see. This track, Suzuka is a track that rewards patience, I think. I mean, because like you said, battling is slow anywhere, truly, but battling at Suzuka is spectacularly slow. There's so many corners that really only have one fast line through them, and so
Hmm.
trying to go too wide or anything is just a losing game. And so cooperation is key here, I think, to running away. But even when you don't race with someone else, you still just need to be patient and just. It feels like you almost want to drive this track slow to be fast. I love it.
I mean, this track is very nice in terms of racing, but there are only a few really obvious overtaking spots.
Yeah,
So yeah, better be patient and try to make your move where you won't lose a lot of time. As we saw a new fastest lap done by Barbara in P7. So yeah, he was leading earlier. So I guess he wants to try and come back to the top positions, and
certainly has pace.
still the battle between the Lotus driven by Shoot and the McLaren by Struck, and still pretty close together.
Still pretty close. Shoot ahead for now, so they might go back and forth. Uh, Hopefully they don't slow each other down too much.
Yep. I mean, they're for now. I guess they are trying to figure out their pace. Which one is the fastest of both? Because there's no real interest in battling for P9 during lap 16 of the race.
Is that Tidgeny I saw starting to catch up to the? No, that's not Tidgeny. That must have been Jomas.
Yeah, I guess so, because TG is still 3.6 seconds behind P11, so
Okay.
he still have
Gaining.
still few seconds to get back, but it's not doing very bad. He's catching up.
He is. What is the gap, I wonder, between fifth and sixth? Like, what is the gap to get into the top five? Hopefully,
Uh,
our
I don't
broadcast
really
team
know.
can help us.
The
Oh wow.
oh, yep,
Oh,
these guys. He's kept it clean and fair. He let him.
give it back.
Yeah, I mean, nice fair play
Yeah.
there. I mean,
So
these
tough
two,
to
if
see.
I'm not mistaken, these two are from the same country too, so they probably want to be nice to each other.
Probably. You know what I call it when you mess up in Spoon?
No?
You forked it.
Oh, yeah, that's a way to see it.
You forked it. That's
That's a way to see it.
easy to do. It's probably one of the most difficult corner or sequence of corners rather in motorsports, I think.
Yeah,
So hard to get right.
to be fast in both of them. It's you really have to be very precise, and
Yes.
it can be easy to make a few mistakes during a full race. But yeah, we still have these three together, and not far away at all. We can see P4. I wonder where P5 and 6 are, but we can see the top four on the same screen, at least for now.
That's right.
And we are already on lap 17, so looks like it will be a good race.
And the top three seem to be cooperating, which is, nice to see. You called it that perhaps they would play it safe and try to get a gap and build it, and it's working.
Hmm.
There's so
Yeah,
much racing left. We're only on lap 17.
yeah, it's been quite some time since we saw a change for the lead, so I guess they are calming it down a bit and trying to see what they will be able to do later on in the race.
I am very excited for the end race here. I think IGTL races always end very well, from my experience at least.
Yeah, and they always prepare some spicy stuff. I mean, maybe we'll have rain, maybe we won't, but I would hope that there will be a few patches of rain here and there just to throw the strategy off.
That's right. I mean, like you said in the very beginning, there may be some tire management needed. You can go the whole way on just the hards, but the fact that you still need to be careful about doing that, and the prospect of rain. I mean, the IGTL organizers always put on an amazing race where it's just challenging enough to be interesting, but not so challenging that it's going to ruin the racing. I love how they strike the balance.
Yep, and yeah, as you said, always well organized and always a pleasure to be invited to comment on the races anyway.
That's right. I didn't realize until just now looking at that helmet that even down to the helmets and suits, the cars and drivers are all in period correct livery. That is beautiful to behold.
I mean, they are paying attention to detail. It shows that they really care about what they are doing. So I really, really appreciate how they organize these races.
As do I. It looks like fourth is trying to catch up to the top three.
Yeah, we saw them, and I said
Oh, he's
we
there.
didn't. Yeah, I said we didn't have a change for P1 in a long time, but looks like we had one. Antonio went to P1, and now P4 is there too. So, yep, as I said, not a really good idea to battle it out, but looks like P4 is there now, and all these three will have to deal with the fact that he is here, and we
Yeah,
just caught a glimpse of P5 on the same screen too, so I would say it's still a six-car battle for the win for now.
that's right. But P5 is not alone. There's towing P6 along. There is
Yep.
Florent in that Ferrari or Ferrari liveried McLaren. Perhaps maybe a mistake up front. Ooh, changes happening up front. Mew Mew
Oh
up
yeah,
into third now.
Antonio. Yeah, that's Antonio. That was P1 and now P6. So I guess maybe he went off in one of the digners. I don't know, but
Looks like after
now
the second
he's
Regner.
yeah, he's just behind the Ferrari now, and we also can see Barbara pretty close of these guys. Yeah, he's just there. So yep, seven-car battle for P1 still in this race. That's
Hey, I
pretty
asked for it.
pretty promising. Pretty
It
promising for the end.
it is. I'm perhaps the racing god just smiling on me. I did ask for this. Seven-way battle for P1. We're only on lap 19 of 51. The race is already this exciting. And we've seen battles throughout as well, but certainly having battles up front is always what you want to see in a race. Just these
Yep.
top guys, it's anyone's race at this point. A mistake can be made, a pass can happen. Oof, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we always like close racing like this. And we are starting to enter the realm of the two stoppers. We will see if someone decides to go for two stops. I mean, it would probably be a pretty risky strategy given the fact that there could be rain near the end of the race. So
It
I
would.
think we will mostly see people pitting on lap 30 to 35, but I don't know.
You never know. You never know. Some might decide to risk it. Some may feel less confident in their ability to take the tires. We're definitely seeing some graining happening here on Jomas's car. You can see,
Yep.
looking at that tire there, and he's pretty good on rubber. So I imagine someone else may be struggling.
Yeah, and some of them probably are thinking that if they can keep the car on track without going in the pits to get a new set of odds, they will just have to go in the pits to get wet tires when the rain starts. So,
Yep. Perhaps a splash of fuel, but I definitely understand wanting to stay out of the pits and not do a two-stopper. It's not a short pit here at
mhm.
Suzuka either. It's one of the longer straights.
Yep, we will definitely have to keep an eye on the different strategies during that race.
Wow, the catch rate in the slipstream is still incredibly high in these cars, even with slipstream on weak. We've seen a lot of gains happen in the front straight in these cars. Back straight
And
too.
yep, Antonio in front of Jomas, so he already got back one position, but now he needs to get to the front back to regain what he lost
That's right.
in his mistake.
He's not too far from them, however, but yeah, well done to pick up that position. I don't think we saw it happen.
And he's just behind his teammate, so I guess if he's faster, he won't
Yeah,
have issues overtaking him.
that's right. I would expect a team order any minute now, maybe in the straight after the spoon. I think that'd be the safest place to do it and not lose too much to Jomas behind.
Yeah, I mean that's also one of the benefits of being in voice chat with your teammate. You can figure out things like that. If you're driving together and one of the car is faster, then you can just let your teammate in front and try to get towed by him
There it is.
to catch the guys in front. So yep.
That's right into 130R. The team orders have been given and followed. Oh no, I'm wrong. I thought I just saw this
Yeah,
car
yeah,
split. Oh, they
they,
did.
yeah, they did.
Okay.
We were just waiting on the,
Waiting on the graphic.
yeah, to update. They did swap positions, and we also now the teams are a bit more. I mean, uh, on the leaderboard we can see teammates more close together
That's correct.
than
Hafidi
what
is
we had.
being harassed actually by the two minority cars. I wanted to say
Yeah,
they're right behind him.
yeah, he's and but it looks like he's driving pretty fast at the moment, so maybe we'll be able to get a bit of a gap to them, but we will have to wait and see for that.
We will see. I'm not
Oh, and
sure.
someone was off. I think it was.
Padrom and Struik.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah, Strick, and we didn't see if they had an issue with Padrom and also Besliev in P11, but looks like a few of them had an issue because we have Tijni in P10 now. He got up 3 positions.
I just saw the message. Actually, Padrom and Struik pitted. So two-stop strategy for those two.
Oh, okay, so they pitted,
Yeah.
but Strick also went off in turn one after that. Then
Yes, because Struik was. Yeah, something happened.
yeah,
Uh,
I guess he went off on new tires. I guess.
right. Padrom has picked up a 3-second penalty for crossing the line in pit lane. By the way, that's huge.
Mm, yeah, 3 seconds penalty in this car. Yeah, will hit pretty hard.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we had a few people in the pits then. Will be interesting to see if their lap times are better. Maybe we'll see a few fastest lap from them. We'll have to wait, I guess, a few laps for their tires to be warm and ready to go into full pace mode. But yeah,
That's
interesting
right.
strategy calls.
It also depends how far back they came. Well, I imagine that they came back on far back from Tijni because he was
Yep. What I can see from his point of view is 14 seconds gap. So
so
yeah,
clean air. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Wow. Listening to the car shift through the gears. Sorry.
first people to go in the pits. I mean they were not in the battle for the top three for now. So I mean, why not? You can try things and maybe it will pay off in the end.
Maybe. Oh, I was about to ask a question and I've forgotten it. But do you imagine that there will be more people who might pit in the next couple of laps? Like, what is the two-stop pit window?
I think people that wanted to do a two-stop should have pitted a bit earlier than that.
Okay.
So I'm not sure we will see more people going in the pits. Maybe the guys. Yeah,
Oh,
this is probably one of the last stoppers that we'll see, because yeah, or maybe this is the one stop window, because car will
ah,
be lighter on fuel, and so less tire wear. We will
right.
see, because we are starting to reach the midpoint of the race. So yeah, as
We
I
are.
said, I think two stoppers would have pitted way earlier than that, and now we are entering the one stop window. Oh, someone is off. It's one of the Minardi cars.
It is. It is
It with
Motto.
Mosso, yeah, and he's now P6.
Wow,
Yeah,
he loses a lot.
everyone seems to have a few moments in this race.
Man, tough luck for them. Mew Mew also. It was both teammates because now the Williams
Oh
cars are
yeah,
up,
yeah, you're right.
as is Tora in the Ferrari P4.
Yep. Both Minardis had issues, it seems.
They must have gotten into it with one another. They were following closely behind Hafidi in the McLaren.
Yeah, but now it opens up the gap for him
It
because
does.
people, I mean, Antonio had an issue that set him back a bit, and Hafidi could be now in front with a few seconds gap. We'll have to see. And I think we have a Ferrari going into the pits. Is that Jomas? I think it is. Yeah, it is Jomas. He just lost 2 positions on the leaderboard, so
Yes.
it is
So,
Jomas. Yep, I think it's definitely the one-stop window now, and we will probably see the other cars pit in the next, I would say, 2 laps.
do you think it'll be all of the other cars, or do you think someone will hold out for rain?
Hmm. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tijni staying out because he is always trying some weird stuff with his strategies. But
Well,
yeah,
actually,
we'll have to
Disney
see.
has just jumped in, actually. So
We will have to see.
we'll have to see Padrone coming out of the pits there, or rather, I think that was Shit coming out. Padrone coming down into turn one neatly around his teammate. Both of the Lotus cars together again. But yeah, we've been told that both Shit and Tidge, yes, we just saw Shit come out.
Yeah, yeah. Then everyone went to the pits, I guess, and yeah, Tej is back in P12, so I think everyone went to the pits. But yeah, probably there was probably a big mistake from P13 because he's now very far back from Tej.
Yeah, well, no one betting on the rain, or no one betting too hard on the rain. I suppose if everyone is pitted, if the rain comes, everyone it's equal anyway. Everyone has to take an extra pit stop. So
I mean, I don't think it's the fact that no one's betting on the rain. It's probably the fact that the tires are starting to be very worn, and with the car being that fast, it was probably starting to understeer quite badly in some corners, and the rears were probably starting to slip on throttle. So probably safer and faster to pit now, and yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I think the only car that has not pitted for now is P4.
yes,
But yeah, I think we will probably have to see in the next few laps what happens.
that makes sense. It has been sunny for the majority of the race so far. We of course had a few laps under cloudy conditions, but for the most part, I'm guessing that track is probably baking, and so wore those tires out pretty fast for everyone.
Yeah, and we have entered the second half of the race, so now it's time to battle a bit more. We'll see how the gaps evolve during this new stint. Basically, everyone on new tires, fuel starting to get low, so the cars will be fast. We'll probably have a few fastest laps in a few moments time. So
We'll see. We do
yeah.
have a surprising number of people who have not pitted yet. Medi, Antonio, Mew Mew, and Alf. Mr.
Oh,
Alf. Yes.
I think I just saw a disconnect.
Uh-oh.
Oh, unfortunately, Mew Mew. Uh,
Oh.
I think I just saw a disconnect. Yeah, unfortunately, yep. And
Yeah,
it is confirmed by the organizers. Mew Mew disconnected, and yeah, is now P13 on the rankings. That's very
wow.
unfortunate. It was running pretty strong too. So yeah,
He was
very tough luck for him.
a tough couple of laps. He had the off with his teammate, and then and now a full disconnect for them. So Mew Mew gone, but Medi, who is in P1, um, Antonio, of course, in P2, and Mr. Alf. So the top three have not pitted yet. Maybe they're playing a game of chicken to see who will go, yeah?
Yeah, I guess maybe they want to match each other.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. And as we are being told that Swiderek went off and lost a few position, and we have Barbara back on top of the list, as
Back up there. Wow.
he made a mistake earlier, but he's now just behind Florent Pagondé, and he will probably be attacking him soon.
It has truly been anyone's race today. Uh, I think very few people haven't been in the top 5. Maybe Tijani, of course, Besselievre. Who else has not been in the top 5?
Maybe Struck and Shoot, I think, but otherwise, I think everyone else has made an appearance in the at least the top 6 of the race.
Okay, our leader and second place now coming into the pits. Mr. Alf is going to stay out. Perhaps look for an overcut, who knows?
Yeah, maybe he's waiting for the rain.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we are being told that Alf and Besseliev have not pitted yet. So yep, maybe they are betting on rain coming very soon because their tires are probably in a very bad shape now.
maybe. Do you see? Is Tijani looking at his radar? We're totally cheating, but what's the radar doing?
At the moment he's looking at the proximity radar, so that's not the weather one,
uh,
unfortunately. So
it's not
we
cloudy.
can well, yeah we cannot know if rain will come soon or late, but for now, at least from what we can see, the sun is clear and the sun is shining, so no sign of rain.
Yeah, very blue skies, very few clouds in the sky. So I don't know that they're building either. I love the weather modeling in this game. It's so much more advanced than what we had in like GT6. I know we didn't have weather in GT Sport really until towards the end, but the way it builds in this game, the transitions are gorgeous, actually.
Yeah,
Love
and
it.
it can be really fast changing depending on the settings that you put in the lobby settings. Um, you can go from this type of weather to full rain and need to pit for wet in one lap. So yeah.
That's right. Well, no clouds for now. And is that a pass? No, that was not a pass on Mr. Alf, I don't believe. But oh, yes, it is. Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
is. Yeah, Afidi on fresh tires, getting P1 back. But yeah, as we
Must
can
have come out
see,
right behind him after the pit
yeah,
stop.
as we can see, he has quite a margin compared to P3. We saw that both Williams' car made mistakes, and I think the only car that didn't make a mistake is Hafidi for now. Maybe he had a few issues very early on in the race, but nothing major that put him back in the rankings. So now he's P1 and he's going strong.
That's right. We just got our latest fastest lap. I think I saw that was a 41.7 or maybe a 41.4. It got off the screen too
Yeah,
quickly.
I think it's a 41.7. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But yeah,
So
as we said, people on fresh tires and fuel getting a bit low. Probably
that's right.
so. We probably will see new fastest laps coming soon.
The car probably feels great.
Oh,
Oh,
Shomas snap oversteer.
a little twitch.
Managed to catch it.
Might lose a
And
position if he goes to defend though.
yeah, but Barbara
Ah,
was in the slipstream, so I guess
drove right around him.
I guess Jomas didn't make that hard as he could, because there was no point fighting at that point in the race.
Yeah, nothing he could really do. Lost a lot of speed trying to correct that oversteer. He did try to make him go the long way around, but that's about as hard as you could have fought that, I believe. You're right.
I'm
And
s- yeah, go on. Big
I was
oversteer.
just about to speak on Antonio. Big snap
Yeah.
oversteer there coming out of turn one. Not too easy to do in that area, in that place, but he manages to hold on to it. That will bring Barbara and Pagonde closer, though. So still, this battle for first place has never been truly settled, and it's not beginning now. The pit stops have not separated these cars by much.
Yep, I think I'm starting to think that Alf didn't pit to maybe try and hold back a bit the guys in front so that Barbara could
Ah,
catch back. Maybe that could
theory is.
be a team game because Alf was not running at the top positions at the beginning, so maybe they decided that. For the team game, it was better to try and have one car catching the others. And I would imagine that now that they are just following each other, we will very soon see Barbara getting in front of Alf. But then he
Yeah.
will maybe try to hold Jomas a bit more than what he will do for his teammate.
Just to give him some space. Yes, of course. That makes sense. And it
Yep.
seems to have worked because Barbara got in front of Jamasi, is now in front of Mr. Alf. Yes, indeed.
Oh, and
Back
yeah,
of the
and
pit.
Alf finally goes to the pits. So yeah, I guess now that Barbara overtook him, it was job done and get new tires.
Wow. Team strategy playing out there beautifully for them because now that brings Barbara up into P3, which I don't remember when they had their mistake, but I believe Barbara fell off track many laps ago.
Yeah, it was leading and made a mistake that put him P7, I think, and since
Yeah,
then he's only caught. And I think Tichney overtook someone. He's now P9.
yes,
I think
P9.
he passed Angelo. So yep, very nice recovery drive from him. Cause yeah, he didn't have the best of start. So let's hope for him that in the remaining 20 laps he can catch to, I mean, maybe P8, P7. We'll have to
Maybe
see.
they were just in the same frame right there coming out of the Degners and now here, so he's not too
Yep.
far off from him. Just has to put his head down and catch and hope that he doesn't get too much trouble from shit behind him from Angelo.
Yeah, and we have to keep in mind that rain can happen still. So 20 laps will probably be around, I would say, 15 to 18 minutes, maybe 18 minutes. So yeah, can still be raining, and
Sky, I'm
yeah,
telling you,
this.
if I see one drop on the screen, I'm gonna scream in excitement. Just be ready. I'll try to mute my mic.
And the interesting thing is that if it rains like for the last two laps, do you try to stay on track? Do you pit?
Yeah,
But these guys cannot turn on traction control, so I think the safe thing is probably to go in the pits, even if it's for one lap, because running on hard tires and rain with this car, I don't think you can go really far, and I'm not really sure that you can even do one lap in under 5 minutes. So
I seriously doubt it. You'd have to be brave or very stupid and maybe do the whole thing in gear.
yeah, yeah, we'll have to see if rain comes. So it would be funny. Yeah.
Wow, close battle here between I think that's yeah, that's Struick and Mosso in 6th and 7th, Mosso and Struick rather. They looked very close to each other coming out of the hairpin, but actually they've separated
Yeah.
then. But it was bumper to bumper or wing to transmission, I guess. Formula car go weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this race has been already going for nearly an hour, so like 55 minutes or so. So these guys are probably starting to be a bit tired too, because this car is pretty demanding, as fast as it is. And
Yes.
yeah, probably still like half an hour to go. So yeah, we'll have to see if it starts to have an effect on their pace near the end of the race.
Yeah. Well, tell me, why aren't you racing, Sky? What have you been up to? Ooh, new fast lap.
Yeah,
One. by the way?
I've stopped racing competitively quite a long time ago. Now I'm a teacher, so that's
Oh,
why I'm not really racing at an high level anymore. But yeah, I would be up to race sometime. But yeah, I would probably be P15 in that if it's possible. So yeah, I'm not really racing anymore, but still enjoy watching people, watching streams, and commentating on these kind of races.
I think you'll be back one day. There's no one ever fully goes away from
Yeah,
racing. I think it's addictive, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you teach?
Teaching to kids for this year, 10, 11 years old. So a bit of
You.
everything.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Did you see that the picture of the sky there?
Yeah,
And
it's
also mentioned in our
starting
chat.
to. Yeah, it's starting to. I mean, we don't see as much sun as we were seeing before. So maybe rain could finally make its appearance.
That sound is my hands rubbing together. That we have rain on the radar. We don't know if it'll hit the track yet, but there's rain in the area. Uh
Yeah,
oh.
yep, it will probably be soon, but we will have to wait. And as we speak, we have a new fastest lap, 141.4.
Yes, Antonio knocking 2/10 off his last lap. He's chasing Hafidi
Yeah,
hard.
he's setting fastest laps after fastest laps, so I guess he really, really, really wants to catch that P1.
That's right, and I think this is the time to do it because it's definitely visibly grayer now. There's no more
Ooh,
sun
yep.
glinting off of the cars.
Yeah, and just had a glimpse at the weather radar, and it looks like there's a solid rain line that's coming. So I think it will hit the track, but will it be a long one? I'm not really sure about that. Maybe just a shower of rain and people don't need to pit, but even that could be very, very hard to manage if the track
Very.
if the rain meter starts to reach intermediate or full wet territory, then these guys will have a very, very hard time.
That's right. And I think that was Antonio. We were just looking at with a quick twitch of the rear end coming out of Spoon. Or perhaps it was. No, it was Antonio. Um, who is that in front? Is this Mosso and
I
Struick?
think yeah, I think we are on board with Struik
Struick.
and in
Okay.
his battle with Mosso.
My fault. That was Struick then. Twitching coming out of Spoon and still catching Mosso. So looking like he's gonna want to make that pass sooner than later because I do think the rain is coming, and
Yep.
I think it's gonna be solid. Like even one lap around here, like you
Yep.
said, on the hards can be very treacherous if the rain sticks or causes any sort of depth. It'll be disastrous for anyone out
Yep.
on the hard still.
And we haven't talked about him for a while, but Florent Pagandes P4 is making a solid race for now.
Yeah,
He
been
had
quiet.
yeah as we saw in the early stage in he was struggling a bit with race pace, but I guess he kind of got used to driving the car with the fuel, the tires, and yeah, he's doing pretty solid now.
He is. It's been a very quiet race, and the quiet ones are always the ones you have to watch out for because they're there to capitalize on anyone who's having a less quiet race.
Yeah,
Uh, so
I
Javante is
don't think
great.
we saw him have a big mistake
No,
in the race, so that's why he's there, and he's still running very good.
that's right. We have a weather forecast stating we have a short shower coming in within the next 5 minutes. So within the next lap or two, we should see some people start to make decisions about coming in.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure that we will see people pit until they are sure that they won't be able to drive with the rain that will be on the track. I mean, you
Yes,
know,
of
you have
course.
that meter on the left of the screen on in GT7, and
Oh,
you can see if you need to pit, basically watching the different lines on the meter.
yes. This is how high the water is. We have Padrome in pitting. It
Oh,
looks like
yeah,
Inters.
yeah, it looks like Inters. So yeah, maybe I was wrong. Maybe people decided to pit early. Not sure it's a great strategy, but maybe he thinks that doing even 1 or 2 laps under rain will be very hard. And if that's the case, then he might be in for a good strategy call. We'll see if others can manage the rain on their hard tires.
Might be. And of course, depending on where he was on track, just seeing how close the rain is, maybe deciding I'm not going to
Yep.
maybe the rain comes before the end of this lap, right?
Yep.
And then
hmm
trying to navigate a corner like 130R and of course the Casio triangle
And
in the
he's not the
wet.
only one. Looks
No,
like
he's
he's not
not.
the only one. Yeah. And but the issue is that on Inters and a dry track, you lose a lot of time, and the tires wear very, very, very quickly. And I cannot imagine even with that car that is very, very fast. I guess that the tires will be very, very worn. And
Yeah,
same things for
very
I
true.
think it's. I think yeah, it's P12. He's getting lapped by other cars, but
Yes,
he went on to put Inters. Oh, yep, he was very
that was
careful there.
close.
Yeah,
That was very close. I think I
yeah,
saw
we'll have
other
to see.
teams looking prepared and ready in the pits, of
Yeah,
course.
so we have 2 cars on Inters, and we'll see how it goes. I just cheated and watch Tijni's stream. The rain is probably coming during the next lap, and it seems pretty heavy. So
Oh wow.
I think maybe these guys on Inters made the right choice. But yeah, we will probably see the rain at the end of next lap. At the end of this one now, then yeah, lap 37.
This could work out pretty well for Basiliev. Of course, that Benetton has been in the back of the pack for the entirety of the race, but maybe jumping
Yeah.
on those inters early gives them an advantage. It gives them some positions. Of course, reports of other cars coming in and taking the inters as well. I think.
Yep.
I think it's on.
And yeah, now we have Tijni in P5. I think the guys who waited now will probably pit at the end of this lap because at least their tires won't be worn and won't be very, very warm because driving inters on dry track will not be good for them. Yeah,
Right.
and I think we are seeing everyone going into the pits. Yeah, the top 4
First
is in
three
the
fourths.
pits.
Okay.
I'm watching Tej stream. I'm really wondering, will he go to the pits or will he
Will he risk
stay
it?
out?
Raindrops. Raindrops on
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, and he's going to the pits too. Yeah, he's going to the pits too. I think it's the safe thing to do because seeing as the rain is pretty hard now, so people are all on inters, and we'll have to see. Oh, yep,
I think
looks
so
like
too.
it's yeah, it looks like even on inters it's not easy to drive.
Treacherous. Yep. Did we ever see our top three pit?
Yeah, I saw them all going in, so
Ah, okay.
they all are on inters now.
Got it. Teammates.
And I think it's better to be on inters looking at the rain now and how the track seems to be wet.
Most definitely. Oh, teammates taking the advantage to go ahead and see if they can fight it out. That is Chut and Padrome fighting out in the two Lotuses, looking for positions in the S's. I would imagine they got to get that together, right? That's got to be slow.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's pretty dangerous to try and overtake with that weather. But
Yeah.
now P1 and P2 very close to each other, at least.
Yes, I think I saw just a big lag spike there from one of the cars that was just on
Yeah,
screen. Hopefully, we don't lose another racer.
yeah. And we have people pretty bunched up there, both
Ooh.
Lotuses and the Ferrari of Teach. Oh, yeah, we see people sliding everywhere.
Oh,
Oh,
out
yeah,
wide.
I think Tichney is off. Yeah, not very far, fortunately for him, but yeah.
Off, and now he has the other Elf Lotus all over him, and he's gonna get overtaken in the back
Yep,
straight into 130. Yes, he is.
yeah. And I think the rain will stop pretty shortly. We got told it was only a short shower of rain, but yeah, as we said, only 1 or 2 laps, and the track is too wet to drive on hards. I
That's
mean,
right.
imagine driving hard tires on that. I don't think anyone would do well.
Impossible, but even just these 2 laps is causing such a mix-up. Look at these cars. Oh, we
Oh
have a
yeah,
Benetton off. Belis Vasilyev.
yeah,
Ah, well, any advantage gained, lost now.
and yeah, I think we had a McLaren off too. Yeah, Mehdi got passed by P1 and P2.
Yes, so our leader off into P3. Are they going to hold
Yeah,
on to P3?
and so now Antonio leading the race again. He already led the race earlier on.
That's right. Barbara up to P2. So team orders working out for that team there as well.
Yeah, I guess you
Uh,
have to be very careful with that rain and the power that this car delivers to the tires. Pretty easy to spin when we have battles.
Battle
Yeah,
between Hafidi and Pagonde, our former leader, and P4 fighting for P3. Pagonde with the inside out of Spoon. Does he get a better run? Oh my gosh, Hafidi squeezing him to the inside.
they are
Floran's going to
still,
take his
yeah.
space. They're
Oh,
still at it.
yeah. Decided
Let's
to,
go.
yeah, decided to
Play it
make
safe.
it safer than what
And
could have
maybe
been.
live to make a move into P1 too, perhaps.
Yep.
Uh, You can hear that turbo working in that car. We're on board with Barbara in P2 looking back on Hafidi and Pagonde, but you can't see them because there's so much rain. No move from Pagonde into T1 there,
No.
but pretty hairy between the two of them for a while there. That was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. And I think rain has stopped,
I
and
think
now
so.
we are on a drying track. And now it will be pretty interesting to see who will make the move first to go on hard tires when the
Right.
track will be ready for it.
That's correct, because these inters will start to wear, but there's also a point where it's too soon to get the hards. People will be feeling for the
Yep.
track, looking to see where the wet line is forming, or the dry line rather, and I do see something starting to form, but it's not fully defined yet.
Yep. And the big issue is that when you are on hards, if you have to overtake someone and you have to go on the wet line, then you just cannot, because
That's right.
otherwise you will go off, and yeah, that will be playing a big part in the end of this race.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Lap 40 of 51, so 11 laps to go.
Yeah,
Are we
that's
seeing overtakes? We are seeing overtakes.
yeah.
Is that Hafidi again?
Yeah, I think it's Afidi, Pagande, Swiderek, and Barbara that we have on screen now.
That was Antonio. That was our leader, off in Spoon. So Antonio down to third. Doesn't lose
Oh,
too much. Flora
that's
can only be P4. Anything can
yeah,
happen. We
that's
can
really
never.
the curse of the leader continuing.
It
Every
is.
leader so far has had an issue while leading the race. Let's hope Barbara can break the curse, because otherwise he's not in for a good time in the end
He's
of this
not.
race.
Too many laps left. I don't know. It's a hard curse to break for 10 laps. Wow. Four-way battle for P1. It's anyone's race right now. It's definitely drying out there, but still seeing some loose
Yeah,
tails coming off the cars in
yeah.
certain places.
I think it's very dangerous to go for hearts now, but maybe
Someone's
we
doing
will
it.
see someone. Yeah,
Someone's doing it. Shoot is pitting. The
yeah,
first of the cars will be that Elf Lotus.
yeah. I would be interested to get on board with him to see how the exit of the pit lane goes, because it's always
Same.
very wet.
It feels, yeah, it feels premature. Certainly a dry line forming there, as we can see from that camera
Oh,
angle.
he's there. He's there. I think it is.
I believe so.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He was in a battle with Tijni, so that's probably our reference point there. If Tij gets past, oh, and yeah, he's
Oh,
off.
yep,
He's
into
off.
the S's are coming out of them.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
yeah, not too bad, but still that's time loss. And yeah, as we said, it was maybe a bit early, but I think we will see people get to the pits on this lap now. Maybe last lap was a bit early still. And
Agreed.
the issue is, yeah, you cannot really touch the curbs because otherwise you are probably dead as well.
Yeah, it's very lucky that it wasn't worse. Usually, when you go off there, it's a long ride and hard to get back on
Yeah.
track.
Oh,
But
I think we have Barbara in the pits.
we do.
The
Missy
leader
Diaz.
going for, yeah, leader going for hearts now. Hmm. Yep. Interesting.
I think it's the right move. I think, like you said, this lap, I mean, that dry line is absolutely forming. As long as they are careful not to touch wet spots, not to touch the curb, it's doable.
Yep.
Is it faster than the Inters?
It's probably faster than the inters if you stay on the dry line, but again, the issue is that even if you catch someone that's on inters, you probably will have a very hard time overtaking him because
That's true.
he can use the whole track and you can only use one line.
That's right. That's right. So far, we have Shut, Vasilyev, Barbara, and Padrome have all
Who
taken
both
cards.
both cars, Barbara and Alf, trying to let each other by, I guess, and losing a bit of time.
Barbara on the hards, Alf on the
Yep.
Inters. I think if we see Barbara really run away, then
Yep.
that's our answer, right? And
We
like you said,
will, yeah,
on the
we'll
dry line,
see.
it should be.
We'll see when the top three goes into the pits. I guess at the end of this lap now, if he has extended his gap as he was already P1.
Yes. Oh
Oh,
my.
yeah, yeah, that's the kind of move you cannot do if you're on hard tires,
No, you cannot.
uh, because. Oh, and yeah, we have Antonio going into the pits.
So that
I
must have
think
been
it
a.
was.
Was that a lapped car in front?
No, I think it was Mosso, but maybe the graphic didn't update. Oh, it's Swiderek. Okay,
Ah,
we've been told
got
it's
it.
Swiderek. Yep. And Tijni goes in the pits too for arts. So we'll have to see. So
Jamaspi,
far,
finally.
yeah,
Okay.
top five hasn't pitted. Um, we will probably see them coming in the next few laps
I would
because
imagine so.
these inters are probably starting to suffer a bit because now it looks like the line is dry. Oh, we have
Oh,
a Ferrari. Oh, I
is
think
that Stitch?
I think that's Stitch at the pit exit because the pit
Yes.
exit is very wet and
Ah,
yeah,
I imagine that's a 3-second penalty as well. Yes, you
yeah.
crossed the line. Oh, bad luck. Terrible luck
Yeah,
there.
yeah, probably because of the crossing of the pit line exit
Yes.
as a result of his spin. That's yeah, tough luck. But yeah, as we expected, the pit exit is very hard to navigate.
Yes. I think he's the first car we've seen actually spin out of it, though. Everyone else seemed to
Yeah, I
be
think
prepared.
they took it, yeah, really slow maybe. Oh, and we are seeing two cars in the pits, and Jomas opting for one more lap on the Inters at least.
One more. So that was
Hmm.
Antonio and Hafidi, our leader in second place. Flora, finally out of P4.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, will we see him stay out for longer? Maybe he's thinking that if he stays on Inters, he can stay in front and avoid being passed because people cannot overtake on any other line.
Maybe.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, as you saw, very slow on the pit exit there.
Yes.
So now it leaves us with only P1 and P2. Not in.
Oh,
Oh, is that a Philly? Is that Struck? I don't know, but
it might be
uh, I think it is on the pit
Strick.
exit.
It is
So yeah,
Strick.
I think
That
it's the pit exit. Maybe I don't
it
know.
is caught another driver out, and that's going to be a lot of damage on that car. Of course, it's light damage, so it'll fix itself in a few corners. But I think he hit that wall pretty hard.
Yes, and we are being told that the hard tires are very fast compared to the inters. Issue is if you make a mistake on the hards, you will lose all that time that you are gaining. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, Jomas play. Jomas, it's it's not a lawnmower. It's a historic Formula car. Even
Even
on
to take
inters,
another lap.
yeah, you cannot do that. It
Historic Formula Cross.
Yeah, yeah. It probably won't end well if you continue doing that. But I think we will see P1 and P2 going to the pits this lap. Yeah,
Yeah, there he is.
Thomas. Oh, and Mosso decides to go for one more. He's running on the wet line to get some water on these inters and
Yeah, cool those
not
down.
destroying them. But yeah, I think he should have
Ah,
pitted. Yeah, they are probably starting to be very hard to drive these tires.
I would imagine so. Yeah, that was definitely a big power oversteer moment. Even cooling them down, it's not going to be enough to last till lap 51 for sure.
Yep, I think he will have to pit probably next lap.
I would imagine so, as well as I think you started to say that the hards are doing 45s. People on the inters are seeing 47s and 48s. There are 10 seconds between Mosso in first and Barbara in second. Mosso is
Yeah,
currently on the inters,
yeah. So
Barbara on the hard.
for now that's for sure that Barbara will take back P1 once
Well,
Mosso goes into the pits. But the thing is, we don't really know where Antonio is compared to Barbara, so we could be in for a nice battle at the end of the race.
could be, could be. Where did? Oh, this
Yeah,
is a
and
four-way battle here.
yeah, that's the issue because everyone is on hards, and if you try to overtake someone, you're basically dead, I guess. So you cannot really. Oh yeah, see that Benetton just off the line and it disappeared. Oh yep,
Disappeared. I think actually that it might have been getting lapped because that's Vasiliev and he's
yep,
running last place.
yeah. I think he tried to let them pass, but yeah, he probably. Oh, and looks like we have a message in chat. Probably had a small contact, maybe.
I believe so. Someone not happy with something that just happened.
And we have a yeah, we have a battle for P7 there. Looks like the dry line is allowing two cars now, but not everywhere probably.
Not everywhere, certainly. I mean, it's wide there in that back straight, of course, but um, it is drying out. The sun is coming out. It's starting to look good outside again.
Yep.
6 more laps to go. It's starting to get really bunched up. The rain just mixed a whole lot up. We have a whole new leader, Masso. He's still on those inters, by the
Yeah,
way.
he hasn't gotten into the pits yet, so for now he's still P1. Issue is he's getting caught like very quickly. 6 laps with the gap between lap times is not going to be enough. But maybe he's not going for P1. Maybe he's just trying to get a spot on the podium. And we saw Antonio is very close. And look, Mr.
Yes.
Half. he was pretty far back. He played the team game for Barbara, and now he's in P4.
That's right, doing great for himself. Of course, those cars split by the one Williams in the top 5. Antonio, oh, who was that off? Was that Antonio?
That's a Williams for
That, that
sure.
was that was
Yeah,
Antonio.
it
Oh,
was Antonio. Oh,
luckily, he's
yeah,
got a lot of room to Mr.
yeah,
Alf
but
behind him,
the
but
the issue is that he has made a few of these mistakes during the race. I mean, he's probably not very happy with his performance today. I mean,
probably not.
he has a lot of pace, but the issue is that he had a few mistakes, and we finally see
Uh,
Mosso in the pits, and we are being told that Alf is still on inters too.
I did
So
not know that.
that's probably why he's in P4. He's
Yeah, I
trying
never knew it.
to make those inters go to the end of the race. Maybe we'll have to see.
Pagonde and Maso comes out and just
Oh,
comes out a little wide, sends Jomas wide into P turn 1.
yeah,
The stewards will want to look at that. I'm not sure if enough space
yeah.
was given there, but
I,
Jomas
I
loses
th-
2 more positions, perhaps a third.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure that Mosso could really do anything else there. The main issue for me is that Jomas is on hard tires and he got sent to the wet line basically.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think on a wet track nothing would have happened. But there with on a dry track, sorry, nothing would have happened. But with the wet line there, yeah, it was probably very hard to keep it on the track for Jomas. But yeah, anyway, the stewards
Nice.
will have a look.
They will. I saw something that looked interesting when Maso pitted, and I wonder if it's just a glitch in the game, but it looked like the team brought out another set of inters. But that
Yeah,
can't
I
be
think
right.
yeah, it's I think the pit crew brings out the same tires as the one you have visually, but when you exit the pit lane, you actually see the right tires on the car. So yeah, that's probably why we saw some new inters that were indeed hard.
That's right. Maso catching up very quickly to Mr. Alf. Again, Mr. Alf still on the inters. Maso just pitted for hards, and he's going to go around the outside out of the final corner to try and get
Yep.
Maso scary stuff on the hards. Will he do it again on the outside? We
He's
just
still
saw
there. He's
Florent
still
get
there.
pushed out right there. He
Oh.
makes it happen. He makes the pass happen around the outside.
Yep.
Very, very brave stuff. I thought he might get pushed to the
Oh,
wet
and
line
we
like
have someone off.
Antonio. Or was that
Mm,
Sweeterick? Sweeterick, okay.
it was Swiderick this time. Yeah, both Williams' car had a few issues during the race. That's pretty unfortunate because they both had a very strong pace.
I think so too. I agree. Pagandet loses a position to Padrome. Padrome out wide in the first Degner though. That might bring Florent back into it. But Florent down into 7th place.
Yeah, now with that issue that he had, maybe he will try to overtake these two cars, but
Perhaps.
I don't think there's a way for him to get back on these podium positions that he was on. I mean,
No, I
Mr.
don't
Alf will
think so.
probably, yeah, Mr. Alf will probably be passed by both pretty quickly.
I think he gave it up pretty easily there. We have a change in the top 5 as well. Hafidi into 4th place over Padrome. No, sorry, Maso over Hafidi rather into
Yep.
3rd place. So Maso looking to secure a podium spot here after staying out on those inters for so long.
And yeah, we are being told that the gap between P1 and P2 is only just over 2 seconds. So with the race coming to an end, it's the last push for these guys.
This is
Oh,
Mr. Alf.
and yeah, I guess Mr. Alf tires are dead now, and he's going to change them.
They must be. Well, he did a good job. You know, like you said, team orders and the like, unfortunately, has brought him down to P9 before the pit.
Yeah, we'll
But
see. Yeah,
did the
we'll see
job to get his
where it
teammate
goes.
up to the lead though, Barbara in P1
Hmm.
for his efforts.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, and we had a great recovery race from Barbara. I mean, everyone kind of had their own mistakes and their own issues during the race, but he made a great race to come back to P1. Let's hope for him that he can keep that for the last few laps. But it looks like Antonio is coming a bit closer now.
it looks like it for sure. But yes, to your point, a great recovery race for Barbara. Antonio certainly is closer. However, we only have 2 more laps to go. They're nearing the end of lap 49 here. Much closer in the brakes. Let's see how Barbara gets out of the triangle, out of these last few corners.
It, yeah, I think I'm not sure if he is in the slipstream, but I think we will have maybe a little battle at the end of the race because
We
Antonio seems to be very fast at the moment.
I think that might be part of the issue, though. I think we've seen a lot of inconsistency from Antonio. Maybe not huge offs like we've seen with Sweeterek, his teammate, but certainly small mistakes. I think we've seen him go off a couple of times in Spoon during the
Yep.
race.
Hmm.
You know, Barbara may be a little worried, but I think also Antonio, when there's pressure on it, may not hold up. He hasn't shown that he's holding up.
Hmm. Yeah,
Certainly getting closer, though.
as we saw, the issue for the Williams cars were not their pace. It was their the little mistakes that they made throughout the race. And yeah, I think Antonio is getting closer and closer. Maybe we'll have a final lap battle in this race, which would be very very nice given the whole race we had, battles everywhere and people doing
Yeah.
their best to keep the cars on track.
He's certainly pushing. We just saw him have a big twitch out of the second Degner. There's also a battle for third. Masso and Hafidi are just about as close as Barbara. Actually, closer, I think, than Barbara
Hmm.
and Antonio are for battling for that last podium spot. So the end of the race shaping up to be really good here. One more lap after these 2 corners.
Yep.
I don't want to make predictions, but it's getting it's getting juicy.
Yep.
Final lap officially.
And I think we also have a battle for P9 even, so battles everywhere on the track for now.
Nice. Folks battling for yeah, top 10 positions, jostling for points. It's not a championship for sure, but this race is technically a continuation from another race that happened many years ago on GT Sport that IGTL put on. So maybe points will matter in some future Formula race. There are points awarded for this race actually.
Hmm. And Antonio closer and closer. He probably will have one opportunity, I guess.
One or two, yeah.
Yeah, before the 130R. We'll see how it goes, but we could be in for a very, very, very nice finish of this race.
We could be. Just saw some water splash up as they went. Using all of the track. It's just a reminder that there are still spots that can catch somebody out if
Hmm.
they take too much curb, get a little too greedy. So it's not over. It's not over, and it's not just an easy lap home either.
Yep. And it's now or never for Antonio, I guess. I think he's close enough to be able to try something, maybe at the hairpin, but
Certainly
we'll
at the
see how it
hairpin.
goes. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, Barbara
Here he comes.
going defensive, and he keeps P1 for now. Yeah, I guess it's done.
I think so.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, well defended from Barbara. He wins the IGTL Japanese Grand Prix after an eventful race, I would say.
Very eventful. Antonio takes second. Hafidi about to cross the line for third, and then Padrone into fourth. I think Padrone was down in like ninth, 10th at some point, but
Yeah, he made a lot of moves in the leaderboard during the race.
A lot of
Pagande
moves.
in P5, Mosso in P6, Swiderek in P7. We
They all
have
featured.
Struik in P8, and here is the battle for P9. And I think it's Tej that will come on top
I
of
believe
this.
so. No move made into the hairpin, so yep,
Yep.
just crossing the line. And then finally, Mr. Alf, who had to take that last minute pit stop. Oh, not finally, sorry, Mr. Beselyev, who is cleaning off his tires, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. He's in P12. Yeah, it was a pretty good race. Unfortunately, Mew Mew in P13 had a disconnect, and Carl Etemesian couldn't take part because he had an injury to his ankle before the start of this race during the week. So we hope for a speedy recovery for him, and yeah, we hope next time he will be able to race with everyone else.
We hope so. Indeed, a fantastic race, a fantastic production, of course, put on by the IGTL guys. It's always such a pleasure to get to do commentary on these races because it's always great racing. Victory for Mr. Barbara, of course, in that Leighton House March. What did you think? Great race?
Yeah, I mean, very good race. I mean, the fact that everyone made a few mistakes made the race very interesting in the end.
It did.
And the rain also was pretty important in the fact we had a very good race. Obviously, people deciding to pit early or one or two lap later than everyone else made things pretty interesting.
It did. It did. I mean, even without the rain, there were, like you said, so much attrition up front. P1 seemed to be cursed for the most
Yeah,
part, but definitely the rain gave us just what we needed to truly mix it up right before the end. And I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. I hope the next one isn't, years from now. I hope we don't have to wait again because
and yeah, we are being told that results will soon be coming on screen with the team results and obviously the end result of this particular race. So yeah.
we'll wait for those results. And of course, drivers will know their points situation as well. Up here we are coming in now. We have Guy Barbara, of course, in first place. Antonio in second. Medi took third. Padrome in fourth. Florent Pagande ended up with P5, where he started. Arthur Mosso in sixth. Marcin Swiderek in seventh. Joshua Struick in eighth. Martin Grady in ninth. Tijni and Angelo Shute in 10th. That's our top 10. Want to take it away for the last three? Only two of them actually
Yeah,
got the race.
Yeah, Mr. Ralph played a very important part in the Leighton House team strategy. Finishes in P11, but made great work for his teammates. Beseliev in P12, and we also had Mew Mew at the start of this race, who unfortunately got a disconnect, and Carl Etemesian, who couldn't take the start of this race.
For our team classifications, Williams' team takes the most points with 22, having that P2 there. Leighton House with 21 points. McLaren Honda with 19 points in third. Team Lotus is 16 in fourth. Scuderia Ferrari in fifth with 16 points as well. Minardi in sixth with 9, and Benetton Formula in seventh with 3 points for their team.
Yep, very close at the top of the rankings, 22, 21, and 19. I mean, even the Lotus team with 16 points and the Ferrari team tied for fourth place. Was a pretty good race and pretty balanced between all teams, I would say.
I would say so as well. Of course, Benetton on the back foot, missing a driver altogether, but they did all right for themselves. And that was the IGTL Japanese Grand Prix. Oh, they want to thank us. Sky, do you think we'll be invited back?
I don't know. I think we didn't do too bad. Yeah, I hope we'll be invited again to comment on one of these races. I mean, it's always a pleasure, and it's always very nice to. I mean, these races are always a very nice watch, and always a pleasure to commentate on. So I hope
Always.
we'll have the opportunity to comment again.
Yeah, this was our first time doing it together, and I think it went really well. Very grateful for your knowledge. I don't know a whole lot about Formula cars and the way they race, and also you just have a much better brain for strategy than I do. So really, really happy to be here with you today.
Yeah, same. It was a pleasure having a duo commentator to bring a bit of fun in the commentating. It's always nice to have people that are happy and who love racing to commentate on these kind of races.
For sure. Well, thank you all for joining and watching. That is everything for us tonight. There may be some outro videos, I'm not sure, but as far as us broadcasters, we're out.